On one or two things that you did well that earned you the right to be the starter?
I think that the room as a whole did a lot of good things. I think that we were really, attentive to all the little details throughout the whole camp. I think that we did a really good job of, making sure every day mattered. One day not being bigger than the other, a scrimmage not being bigger than just a Tuesday practice or something like that. But I think that, personally, I just made sure that I did the little things right, and I think that Will did a great job with pushing me to be my best self, and I appreciate him so much for that. And we've talked a lot about going into the season. We're just going to keep on pushing each other, and really excited about where this team's going.
Sean, has Trace reached out to you since the announcement was made last week?
Yeah, I talked to Trace. He just said good luck. He said he'd shoot me a text later, but he's pretty busy guy too, so I don't blame him for not having much to say.
What did it mean to you, Sean?
Tommy Stevens.
I have. Tommy, when I heard that, he won the job down there and that he got elected captain, that just warms my heart, being such a great friend of mine and just seeing him do so well. I'm really excited for what they're doing down there and what he's doing for that team. I'm really excited about everything, what he's doing. So.
What did it mean to you to be named a captain, and were you surprised at all, because that's not something that happens to sophomores a lot?
Yeah, that's definitely the biggest, accomplishment I've had, at least at Penn State, maybe my life. It's very humbling for me to be given that name by my team. I respect every single person on the team, and I'm very excited to be holding that role along with the other 7 captains. I think that we have a really good group, and I'm excited for where we take them.
Sean, back in July, I think it was at Lift for Life, you said you were the most confident you've been in your life. How do you feel right now?
Same, exact same. I'm very confident, if not more. We've grown a lot since that time. Camp's changed a lot of things, and we're ready to attack this week and show everybody what we got.
Hey Sean, going off that, James has mentioned in the past how you would go through a week like the starter. Mm-hmm. Now that you are the starter and you're going through your first week of preparing, is there anything different about that process for you? And maybe can you share something you've noticed about Idaho that you found going through everything and getting prepared?
Yeah, I had a pretty good feeling that was going to come up, and it's funny how you just go through all these years, and I've always been saying I'm preparing like the starter, and then when it finally happens, it's really cool to me because I learned from so many great guys, and now it's just like another work week. It really is, and people could say that I'm lying to them and everything, but it really is. I haven't changed one thing since I got here, and it's just another work week. And with Idaho, at least, I think that they got a lot of good players. I'm excited to they got some good looks. I think that they've shown a lot of good things, and I'm excited to see what they got.
A lot of quarterbacks say that they have to trust their eyes and learn how to trust their eyes. What does that mean to you, and how do you kind of do that, especially with the first career start?
Yeah, trusting your eyes just means that when the pressure is in your face, that that you've been repping the same thing over and over, all over the summer, over the winter, and so you just trust yourself to make that throw. So if you're off platform, or if somebody's in your face, you already know where KJ Hamler's going to be. You already know where Justin Shorter's going to be, Pat, all those guys. So it's more of just like a feel thing. It's not worrying about where's this ball going to go, because you already know where it is.
And how did they tell you that you were the starter? Did Coach Franklin do it? Did Coach Ronnie?
Yeah, Coach Franklin and Coach Ronnie both had a conversation with me, and just let me know that they want to move forward with me. And obviously Will's done a great job during camp, and he's going to do great things here. I think that the whole quarterback room has taken a whole step up, really pushed each other to be the best we can, and I'm excited for the whole room.
Who'd you call first? What day did they tell you, Sean?
I think it was Wednesday, I believe, or I don't know. All the days have messed up for me, so I don't know. I have no idea. I forget.
Sean, last August you were the number 3 quarterback. This year, filling that role with 2 true freshmen. And you talked about a lot how Trace kept everyone accountable. How do you do that trickle-down accountability now with those 2 guys, and what have you seen from them?
Yeah, I think that they know the expectation in the room. When they first came here, they knew the expectation. I think they've just grown off of that. You know, I don't think that I need to tell them anything that they don't know. And I think that overall our room is very accountable of each other and ourselves. So, you know, if Michael Johnson sees me doing something that I shouldn't be doing, he's going to tell me, and that's how our room should be. If I see Taquan doing something he shouldn't be doing, I should tell him. It's not a top down or a bottom up type mentality. It's all of us are in this together. So obviously, we need to hold each other accountable the whole season.
Did you catch Todd Blackledge's tweet about Ohio quarterbacks wearing number 14 at Penn State?
I think, yeah, I did. I saw that.
Well, so what's going through your head when you see a former, legendary player here?
Yeah,
tweet that?
yeah. I have a lot of respect for a lot of great Penn Staters here. I've had a few reach out to me, and it's just really cool to see the love that comes from Penn State fans. I think that our fans are the best in the country, and I've definitely felt it over the past few days, and I just can't wait to see them on Saturday.
You've had game experience, which is a good thing, but now the bullets are going to come a lot faster and a lot harder. How much do you relish that challenge, and do you prepare for it? I mean, any differently than maybe you did last year, knowing you weren't the starter?
Nope, that's just like I answered the other question. It's the same mentality through it all. When I was fighting for the third string spot when I first got here, I was watching the same amount of tape. I was just as hungry as I was back then. Obviously, I have a different role now, but for me, in my eyes, I don't need to change a thing because I've been doing it every single day. So.
2 quarterbacks that came before you each had their own preference about where they wanted their coordinator to be. Has it been an adjustment to have Ricky in the booth? Did playing last year a little bit get you used to that, and does it matter to you at all?
It doesn't really matter. In the end, he's going to call the play, and I'm going to run it. So all week we practice different looks. I honestly, when he calls a play, I usually know what he's thinking anyways, so he doesn't need to. I don't need to look over the sideline to get the smile or smirk or whatever he's got to do. I mean, I know what he's going to say if I mess up, or so it doesn't really matter to me. We have a good connection, and I think that we're ready for this season.
Coach was just saying this might be the best defense that you guys have had since he's been here at this point. From your perspective, what's going to make this group hard for other teams to prepare for?
Speed is the thing. I mean, I think if anyone's going to ask who's going to be the best defense in the country, the best person to ask is me, or Will Levis, because we've been going against him every single day. And I can tell you that they're a fast team. They're going to give you a lot of different looks, and they're going to come at you with a lot of heat. And I'm excited to see what they can do this season. I have a lot of confidence in those guys, and I know the captains on that defense are going to push them in the right direction.
Sean, what do you think Justin Shorter did to earn the starting role, and how is he a different receiver than when he first got to campus?
Yeah, all those guys in the wide receiver room have worked really hard, as all the quarterbacks have, as all the linemen have, So I can't really tell what, that's a coach's decision, obviously. But I know that, speaking for the whole wide receiver room, I think that, throughout the whole summer, just throwing with every single guy, getting adjusted to different routes and everything, I think that, we're stepping into this season. People say that we're young, but we feel pretty experienced because we have so much time together. So.
Being named a quarterback always comes with all different kinds of territories, but what was the moment that you felt like this was your offense to lead? Was there a moment?
I've thought it was my offense, or at least I had a significant role in this offense ever since Tommy left, if I'm being honest. I felt that, Tommy being such a great leader that he was and is at Mississippi State, obviously, that I had to do something to step up and say something. And I guess that was like one of the big turning points for me. But I've always tried to be the same person day in, day out. And, it hasn't really changed that much. Just a little bit more vocal.
Sean, you said your mentality is the same as it was, but is it going to feel any different running out of that stadium or running out of the tunnel for the first time on Saturday?
I'll tell you in a week.
Time for 2 more.
I asked Jahan this last week, and he was talking about some of the players that he watches in the NFL as far as guys he likes to emulate. Do you do that? And what is the common thread between great quarterbacks that you've noticed that you want to add to your game, or that you want to be a part of?
Yeah. I watch a lot of film in general, so it's always a hard question to answer who's like the best quarterback that I watch or who I think I emulate my game after. And I like Russell Wilson a lot. I like how he carries himself on and off the field. But to say that I watch one specific guy or I want to add like this and this to my what I bring to the table would be hard to say. But I love watching tape in general. So I mean, if you ever want to watch tape with me, I'll be here. So.
We'll put that request in.
Yeah. For sure.
Sean,
you gotta go through her first.
Good session. Sean, since you walked off the field as a state champion as a senior to the point now you're going to make your next start, what are the most pivotal lessons you've learned about yourself and being a leader among a group of 100 men like this?
Yeah. I haven't really thought of that state championship game in a while, so that brings back some sweet memories. But just staying true to who you are. When I was a senior in high school, I just loved the game of football. I loved the guys that I played it with, and that hasn't changed with a new team. I've gotten even closer to these guys. We've been through our ups and downs for the past 2 going on 3 years that I've been here, and I'm really excited to see where the season takes us, and I'm excited to be in the spot that I am.